of Community Board 9. It is Monday, June 15th. It is 7 o'clock. We have a small group gathered tonight, and we will have an official meeting and see what people have on their mind for issues in the district, and then we'll break for the summer and come back again in the fall. So this is pretty much the same agenda as we've had the prior meetings because it's mostly sort of updates and reports. What I know about the moving to containerization, which was a big issue for the city, is that the enforcement of sealed containers for 1 to 9 family homes has been pushed back to September.
Oh, good.
Rather than June. That's because of issues with their vendor and people not getting deliveries and the like. I recently heard that vendor has declared bankruptcy.
Is that the same vendor for that did the last?
Yeah.
That's why Home Depot has no containers.
Yeah.
So that's a recent development about that vendor having difficulties. I don't know what all the dimensions of that are, but at least pushed enforcement for containers back until the fall. We'll see what happens.
Is that 64 gallon? Is that one?
These are 45 and 30 something.
Oh.
These are more the not for larger buildings, but for single family and 1 to 9 unit buildings. So these are the ones that the city has required that people have. But the original scheme was for you could order them online and they would get delivered by the vendor, and then the vendor pulled out of that and they shipped it to Home Depot and Lowe's for purchase and distribution. And now that vendor has declared bankruptcy. Myself, but we'll see what the implications of that are.
Okay.
I actually happened to meet with the commissioner this afternoon about a couple of things unrelated to that, but I know that containerization is one of the things that he is sort of focused on rolling out for larger buildings as well. See, number 6, waste diversion data. We've talked about this last couple of meetings. There's a new website that's available that was put together by some folks involved in the Solid Waste Advisory Boards to provide a monthly update on recycling diversion rates and particularly how organics is doing. You should take a look at this. The updated information came out, I guess, for May. It's posted this morning. And it shows that recycling rate activity is relatively flat, which is no surprise because we've been doing that for a long time, but it hasn't moved much one way or the other. But that organics diversion is not doing very well, and has not yet peaked, but it's not increasing either. It's sort of been up and down a little bit. And so the city's trying to figure out what the strategies are beyond enforcement. Is one tool that they have, but we'll see what else they come up with for that.
Well, I guess enforcement requires, additional, bodies, digging into garbage cans to see what's in there.
That's what happens.
So,
that's how they do it.
I think, this is
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
they could issue tickets every day and still not really make a difference.
But you can't issue a ticket unless you can prove what is in there.
The whole protocol for.
You understand? So what are you
Yes.
going by? Weight?
Nope, they're not going by weight, they go by visual inspection.
I've seen them drive by, pull up to my garbage can,
Mm-hmm.
actually not even get off the can, reach over, dig in my garbage, look
Mhm.
like that, and then close the hood back and then keep going.
Yeah, so they've had the ability to do that for recycling for 30 years, and so with limited enforcement in the last number of years, but they can now do that for organics. But I've not heard any talk about it really affecting our district so far. Eventually they will come around to it, but they've been mostly focused on Manhattan and
Okay.
larger buildings complying It's a program, which means largely making sure those buildings have proper signage and proper containers, and support for doing that. But
Yeah.
So, but related to containerization, you may have seen the mayor's and the commissioner's announcement about a month ago. It was part of their 100-day announcement package. They are expanding the use of larger containers in certain areas of the city. In Brooklyn, it's going to be Board 9. It's going to be Board 8. Excuse me, Board 8, not 9. Hello, hello.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm a guest.
Okay,
So I'm not sure the timing of that, but at some point, probably later this year, they'll start providing on-street containers, meaning larger ones that take up a parking space, like they've been doing in parts of Fort Greene, and they've been doing it in upper West Harlem in the last couple of years as well. So not without its controversy. Not without its controversies, because it competes for parking spaces.
Is that for?
which is a major problem right now.
Is intended to move bags off the curb into a sealed container that is collected by a sanitation truck that has the ability to lift it from the side and dump it over the top, as opposed from the back or the front.
The only thing with this is that it eliminates jobs, sanitation jobs, it really narrows things down. And I don't know why they don't consider that.
Yeah, it won't have it.
Yes,
They're
yes.
doing it at such a small scale so far that there's never been any job impact on it so far. But what's your concern?
Sanitation is already talking about it, I'm in the union, so, we're always talking about keeping jobs
Uh-huh.
and creating more jobs.
Uh-huh.
And that's one of the things that's gonna impact sanitation.
Well, yeah, I mean, shifting to a more efficient system can have that impact. But the city 40 years ago, as you know, went from a 3-person truck to a 2-person truck and dealt with the labor issues around that. Were you around then, during that period?
Hey, you have to let me know, listen, when we do meetings, we discuss what happened before, so we can improve on things today.
Are you talking about if she was around that year?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So, if you're not born that day, they certainly will educate you on it.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, I walked in, I'm on that committee, and I wanted to see what was happening here, and they're voting, you're right now.
What's meeting in there?
We used to do this.
Youth and education.
Yeah.
What education? What are they voting
And education.
on? So anyway,
I
we
should
will
have said it
continue
the other
to
way
track
around.
the move towards containerization.
I mean, I think it's fabulous. I can't tell you how many times, you hear about people, they do renovations, whatever, and the guys just, instead of getting a container,
Right.
they just go to every building around, dump one
And
black
dump their
bag
stuff,
by
yeah.
every building, and
Right.
nobody knows the wiser.
Right.
And, this way, that shouldn't be tolerated.
On that dumping note, since you mentioned the dumping, I don't know if you read the e-blast, and we have the poop fairy, right? And you use that QR code. Me and Devontae came up with that. I had this much poop. Everybody knows that. I had that much poop in the side of my house. I used that QR code. I passed them out by my house. I posted it on my fence. No more poop. So on the dumping part, I already spoke to Dante, this is the last meeting, about creating the same thing about report dumping and go to the QR code. See, it's easier for people just to scan the QR code than to try to do the head game themselves and try to
Right.
figure out which site to go to and where they gotta
So
go.
explain me how that works. Where are you putting the QR code?
The QR code is on, if you look on their poop. So I had them print out those and I posted those, and people, you would be amazed. I sat on my porch and I just looked, you'd be amazed how many people came by and scanned that code.
Okay.
And then they report illegal poopers.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And ever since then, I have no more poop. No more. Literally no more. And it was literally, I mean, y'all all shied away from looking at my video. You remember when I tried to show you the video of all the poop and stuff? But y'all shied away from that because it was just so horrendous. But I have nothing using QR codes. So we got to get, instead of letting people report it themselves, if they see that in front of them, I
So
just find out
where
that
does
that
it get
works.
reported to 311?
Right, it goes directly to a report, person not picking up behind their door. Or it would say owner, you know, the
But it
regular
doesn't,
311 sign.
doesn't generate any enforcement activity because you've got to,
DSNY.
but you've got to be there to observe that person.
Well, no, they say they're gonna observe it. It didn't work that way, but it was enough to scare them from
It
doing
was a
it.
deterrent.
It was a deterrent enough to make them stop. So they would come around, but I told them where the person was coming from because they would come every day and I got cameras, so I knew the exact times when these people were coming and I told them the exact time. They were not late, like they were on schedule to let their dogs poop on the side of my house. DSNY did not do anything, but somehow the QR code still worked. They would come around and park in front of the person's house and wait for them. Like, you know, if they see that they knew, they caught on to that.
Okay, well, glad to hear this,
That
something,
worked.
something worked.
Yeah, that worked. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Poop fairy.
So I'm sure we'll be talking more about containerization in the fall as the city rolls out Board 8. So we've talked the last couple of meetings about a proposal to do a series of workshops about flood management. My brief back and forth with Dante a few days ago, I think you were on the thread, is that he was committed to using the summer to really plan out how to do that and come back with a proposal to the committee for later this year.
Right, what happened was that there was a grant that they were trying to take advantage of, but because we didn't get to use it in time, they weren't able to take advantage of the grant. So like you said, they're using the summer plan. Of course, I didn't know about this until after, right?
I've heard about a grant, okay.
Right, but they said they're gonna postpone it, we're gonna use the summer to plan this carefully. And so the next committee in the winter can take it and run.
Yep, that's showing you District 40 with the poop. We were one of the highest districts.
We're District 40?
Well, I know I
Well,
don't.
this half of the district is District 40.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even see a lot of dogs in it.
That's coming from, sorry it's cut off like that. I
Yeah.
did my best,
It's nice to know just a deterrent works.
it did. So if you want any poop signs before you leave, I think I might be able to get, she can print them out.
Oh, you have some?
It's on the e-blast. Me and Devontae, we put it on the e-blast.
Okay.
Well, they should print it so people have it and get,
That's,
people
yeah,
have it.
that's what they didn't
I
do.
think they do have, I've seen copies of them lingering around.
That's probably
So-
for me
Do
actually
you
for
have any
copies.
printed poop signs?
Maybe some in the sleeve, let's just double check.
Yeah, there they go. Yeah, me and Devontae came up with that. Mhm.
Okay, so if we
And
need
it's
copies, we don't need,
Well,
you know, we
just to
need
show you,
more.
at least you got one that's understanding.
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to do this for, illegal dumping. Well,
Right.
but that one, I have to say, for illegal dumping, call 911, because that's what they want you to do.
No, it doesn't go to 911. They're not gonna respond to
Well,
that.
what
And
they've
we
said
won't,
is
we don't
that,
wanna tie 911 up with.
well, I
with
know,
that.
what we've been told is that because they have to catch them in the act, if you see it, if it's just on the side, that's a 311 complaint, DSNY comes to clean up later, but if you see them in the act,
Mhm.
you have to call 911 so they come and can see it. That's
So
what they
on that note, there's a dumping reward program that's out there, right? You take a picture of the person dumping, you take their license plate, and you report it. They will issue that person a summons to court. The only stipulation that I didn't like with that was that you gotta appear in court next to that person, which jeopardizes your safety. But if you look up the dumping reward program, you can actually get paid half of whatever that person gets fined.
It's like the rebate, excuse me, the truck idling program.
Yeah, so you'll actually get half of that fine if you report them. So that's the one I'm actually going for, the dumping reward program, not just reporting it. I'm gonna give them an incentive to make money.
At 5 a.m.
Huh?
If they
Well,
go at 5
if you
a.m.,
see
they're
that
right.
people are out 5 a.m., I
We
mean,
had that in my alley. Every single person in the alley
Uh-huh.
had a nice black garbage bag that you couldn't lift. It's full of like sand and rocks. You couldn't lift it.
oh,
So the sanitation guys just left them all there.
Of course they do.
They're not paid to pick up.
mm-mm.
Each one must have been 75 pounds. I mean, just,
Wow.
and you don't need much, you know, for sand and rocks. But who knows when they,
I have them clean my yard. Sanitation comes by and they go. And once they can't pick it up, they just leave it.
that's it.
Yeah.
So some of the guys actually in the alley, I'm sure.
I don't know
No,
how
I
to
think
judge
it's
the
supposed to
weight.
be a certain amount, certain
Yeah,
weight.
50 pounds.
That's okay. We've talked about the neighborhood cleanup efforts.
Wait. Are we finished with the flooding?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not.
What is it that you have that you need to bring up? Let's.
My area has been condemned as a flooding area, and I have 2
Well,
maps.
not condemned,
Huh?
not condemned.
Well, okay, that's the wrong word. Then what word would you like me to use?
Maybe designated.
Doesn't.
Designated, okay,
Designated, yeah.
okay. But I feel like I'm being condemned almost.
You-
So-
You're on a slope.
I'm at the bottom of the hill on Troy Avenue. This is the flood zone picture. I don't know if you want to pass this around. I know you gotta go, but this is important to me. That's the flood zone where the gentleman passed away. This is my house, right? You can find this on the New York City floodwater New York City stormwater. Yeah, you can find this on New York City stormwater. I need more copies of that. But this is where I live. I live on the bottom of here, that dot right there.
Just what he's supposed to do, just living.
Yeah, but the thing is, this is what I'm trying to do. Since they know I'm on the map, I'm looking to, like, what are you doing about it since I'm on the map? You know, that's what I'm looking for. Since, we're on the map like that and we have had a death, what are you doing about it? Are you in the street somewhere digging something? What are you doing about it?
You've talked with Dante about this, right?
Well, Dante printed that out and everything, so,
Okay.
yeah.
But did
So-
you have a discussion with him about it?
About
Oh.
sending this to DEP and asking for,
Sorta. I always send in them emails and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right, this is right quick. I showed y'all this magazine.
Yeah.
Right. I'm on
Yeah.
pages 24 to 30.
Yeah.
I did a documentary with a professor from NYU who I took him around the neighborhood. We went to a daycare center that had to evacuate the kids during flooding. We went down to where the gentleman passed away, and so I'm on this and the New Yorker from page 24 to 30.
yeah, you showed us that last time.
Yeah,
which it is
yeah.
there.
See, this is recent.
Yeah, this is the April edition.
Yeah, we saw.
Tell my daughter to hold it.
Let me see what I'm.
All right, so what is your ultimate goal? I'm not sure
Stop
what
flooding.
you're talking
My
about.
ultimate goal is to stop flooding. This is what I need. This is an address to the local flooding. It's a petition that I didn't sign. I didn't pass it in and anything. I want this passed to the board. I need the board to do something. If they need more signatures, let me know. This is address to the local flooding. It's a petition signed by neighbors in my community.
But that probably wouldn't be
Well,
addressed until more than likely into.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, that's why I said,
Yeah.
the vacation kinda,
Is DEP obligated to do something on behalf of residents of a block that potentially floods?
Well, this,
Of course,
do
yeah.
they have, the DEP has the copy of this?
we didn't submit it.
Have
we
you
didn't
But
checked
you
on
have to
it?
submit it so that Dante can pass it on
That's
to
what I'm
them.
asking now.
This is an advocacy, well, this office is a
Alright, well, I have
referral.
copies, I mean, I guess.
I would send it to Dante so that he can make sure that DEP is aware of this.
They're aware of it,
Right,
I just gave you the flood map.
Have you asked DEP if they're already developing a plan for this area?
That's what I'm trying to say, those two flood maps, if you look at the New York City stormwater drain flood, and it comes up, you'll see the area where I live, and you'll see the area where the gentleman passed away.
No, I'm
Those
not
are the-
disputing that, what I
right.
mean is,
So
like, this
they
is
must know.
this is a request for them to make a plan, I'm asking, did we ask them, are they doing anything yet?
I don't think so, I think we've been on DEP, and I just haven't gotten any results from that.
Okay, so Dante doesn't have this.
He has it, that's the one who did all that for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so let me talk to
Wait.
Dante and see.
Alright.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned to me that, overheard you say that there was an investigation going on with the, DEP and the DDC in reference to the sewer upgrades?
No.
You said there was I heard you say there's a possible investigation that might go on with that.
About sewer rates?
Yeah.
Just when I was talking to Kendall?
No, this was on like the public safety meeting, you had mentioned that. I don't know what that,
About
I
an
don't think that,
investigation into
the design of the sewer grades.
No, I don't think I would. I think what I was talking about was I had attended an event about flooding a while back, where I don't have the details. I'm trying to reach back out to the people to get the details, but there is a project that can be conducted in Crown Heights that I don't remember the details. But it would reduce the amount of flooding in Crown Heights and Bed-Stuy. I think that's maybe what.
Okay, well, I'm interested in that,
Yeah, I don't
Let's
have
check
the
my
details, but.
email.
I know the gentleman, Anthony Coker, he had helped plan the event that we were at. I'm sure Dante can give you some contact information. If you reach out to him, he can find the guy who can, and he can
But
get
he
that
needs
information.
to share this information with Dante so that Dante can
Dante
pass
has,
the
everything I
information
do
on.
goes through Dante.
This office is it's a part of a service agency for this community. So if you don't pass the information
Everything I
on
do
to
goes
them,
through my
they don't know and they
my
cannot pass
printing-
it
my
on to the
printing machine-
appropriate people.
My printing machine is down, so
But
everything
that's
that I
fine,
do
just whatever
goes
it
through
is,
the
share it with
Devontae.
them and they can print
Everything
it.
that I do goes through them.
Okay,
Everything
good.
that I do goes through them.
Alright, so that's good.
There's one other thing. We discussed, right, they're cutting off SNAP benefits. SNAP,
Mhm.
right? And one of the stipulations of trying to keep your SNAP was the volunteer service, like to volunteer. So I had mentioned that to you also, that maybe we can somehow get, well, he's probably in a place where he can maybe go further with it, where we can get the volunteers to go and clean the sewer grades and things like that, and volunteer to clean the street. That would be like a volunteer service.
But when you
And-
say we, who are you
We
including in terms
the
of
people that are losing their SNAP.
well, you're saying for them to go and volunteer?
Right, that's
What he's saying is that now there are new work requirements that require you to either be working or have a certain amount of volunteer hours a month in order to continue qualifying for certain federal benefits. So what he's saying is, one thing the board could do is either host cleanup so people can get volunteer hours, or connect them with community cleanup groups so that they can go to them and get volunteer hours that way.
exactly.
Okay, but who's going to
Us.
oversee the process? Because I'm sure that there is a process.
The same people that oversee the snow, people that shovel the snow on the corner.
Yeah, but if
you know?
SNAPS is run by not HRA,
It's-
Well, for this particular for this
it's a social service, right?
what we would need to do is find out what do the individuals need to get in order to certify the hours? Do they need someone to sign a letter?
Well, I'm sure
What
that
that
this is
is.
what I'm saying.
And
yeah.
then
Just
that would be handled by the
Just can't
cleanup
come and
groups.
volunteer, you gotta.
Well, right,
Right,
because
right.
they have to know that this individual is located, is
Right.
where this individual is
It's
doing
gonna be regulated by the city, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Right, that's-
Right, but
Alright,
that's
so
a
we
process
need to
for
get back on track.
another day.
Okay, so, yeah,
So, we only got a couple more things and we'll be done. Neighborhood cleanups, we talked about that in prior meetings, that there's a bunch of groups in the district that are doing cleanups around different areas, right? Anything, any new information on that, any new?
Nothing new besides you know, we did do the big
I don't mean
PLG.
to interrupt, I just wanna let you know that Bishop's on her way, she had a death in the family.
well,
Okay, sorry to hear that. Can you reach her to tell her not to come?
not to come in,
Okay, I'll call her back.
Because we're about done.
thank you.
Will do.
Thank you.
Tell her we'll just make sure that she.
And we're sorry for her loss.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, nothing new there. They're still doing regular Saturday and Sunday cleanups. Clean up Crown Heights on the Crown Heights side, community clean up PLG on the PLG side of the district. And they are working to sort of expand outside of the district as well to help other cleanup groups start up their own things in some of the surrounding community boards.
How are they deciding where they actually cleaning up? Because
Well,
why
what
would
it-
they be in a flood area?
What it is it's people who live in a community deciding, you know, we want to see our neighborhood clean, so they get together and get the supplies and clean. That's all it is.
So is there certain areas where?
Yeah, it like community cleanup.
So
PLG.
I can get a community cleanup.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
In your area.
So I thought maybe less like you got the community and you got your group. And
As
let's
I
go
said
over
to
here
you
today.
before,
Let's go over
that's
here
exactly
today.
As I mentioned at the meeting, I think we discussed that at the last meeting before, the one that got canceled. That we all, it's just a matter of reaching out to DSNY to get whatever necessary equipment that is needed. And they will drop it off and I guess pick up once,
Right. What you want to do is you contact the sanitation foundation.
yeah,
Right? They can help you get supplies,
Mhm.
either give you a permanent set of supplies or you can borrow supplies. There are a bunch of regulations, you know, you have to submit it like 2 or 3 weeks in advance. You have to do this, you have to do that. But if you follow all the regulations and you have the people, you can get them, you can do the cleanup. And DSNY will say, this is the corner you drop the trash off of, and you drop it off there, and they'll come and pick it up.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, you need to get your neighbors to
I mean,
form a group.
we can arrange that, but I mean, this.
We should be in flood
this-
areas with volunteers, period. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but it's-
my
it-
opinion.
Well, it's something we could talk about with Dante arranging it through the board.
Through the board, yeah.
So the committees are not working, cause I don't know, is he still gonna be in the office?
No,
We
The
just-
office is open, the
They're
office is
full-time.
operated.
So I still can come here and talk my
Yeah.
stuff? Okay.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
That's,
yeah, go to the sanitation foundation, they can help you
I'll
do
figure it
all of
out,
that.
I'll figure it out.
Fortunately, Shorty called her Uber, so she's still coming.
okay, so,
Just wanna let you know.
Well, we'll
Okay.
see, say
Right.
hello.
Well, I mean, she should know.
oh, she can come and say hello or
And
whatever,
goodbye.
if anybody's here, but, yeah,
Okay.
so go ahead,
And then the other thing we've talked about a little bit, and I thought Samantha was particularly interested in this, is that there's a growing interest in repair cafes.
oh, but she's not here.
She's not here, and so we will poke that until the fall as well, and keep track of that activity that's popping up all over the place. These are generally pop-ups for like 3 or 4 hours, like on a Saturday morning. People bring in their vacuum cleaners and their lamps and whatever else, and get some help in repairing them as opposed to trash.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So there's lots of variations on that. It's become a big thing in the community-focused waste management field.
That's good, because I remember there were places where you could take your vacuum cleaner, like maybe Eureka in, I know there was one downtown, but I don't think those places exist anymore.
There's one on
Or your
Utica,
musical equipment,
there's
you
one on Utica and Lenox Road across the street from the post office. This guy repairs
Utica.
vacuums and sewing machines.
Sewing machines.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what might be a good idea, which might be a project for the next committee, is it would be nice if we could work on putting together like a directory of places in the community that fix things. So, people don't always have to throw out, but they can go here and you can get this device fixed and such things, sort of supplement the
Yeah.
reuse cafes when
There
they
are
pop up.
some directories like that.
I'm sure that there are those
Developed
things
already.
available,
We just need to
yeah.
figure out how to promote them. So,
Yeah,
but again, I thought Samantha was poking around in this issue. I'll try to talk to her and see
Bye.
if she still wants to do some work on that. So
yeah,
She's in the public safety meeting.
maybe she can, okay, really?
Yeah.
who is-
Maybe she can spearhead, I'm sure that she probably has some
what's her
information.
name?
There's Lottie,
Oh, she's running for a chair.
she's running for chair.
Mm.
Okay. I think that's all I have for tonight.
7:38.
Well, my fight does not end.
No, but you like I say,
Well, Eric,
flooding
it's-
is ongoing, so it's best if you.
I've been on the corner, not this storm, the last storm, me and my neighbor. And I don't mean to make a joke out of it, right? But my neighbor's Hasidic, but people were laughing because he was on the because we kind of rotated. He was on his hands and knees, pulling out literally on his hands and knees, pulling the plastic bags in the garbage off. And people was like, "Wow, that looks strange." And I was standing there watching him.
You get the announcements from the city prior to the storm event that please clean the.
I do that. As a matter of fact, I had I called in storm drains in the neighborhood. They're not cleaning those new storm drains that they're clogged. They're not even maintaining
Yeah,
them.
but the
So
city.
who's maintaining that? Did you?
They just sit there and they're useless. They become useless. So this is why we need the QR codes, so people can say, if you see debris, inform them the city is flooding. If you see debris covering a sewer grate, and directly straight to DEP.
So maybe that's something that this
We're gonna
office
get on
needs
it.
to follow up on.
I'm gonna
you
get
know?
on them. I'm gonna get
I
on
mean,
them.
it's okay to
Okay.
bring it to the committee, but the
I have.
groundwork starts here, where they
I've
can
been,
make the connection to make sure
trust
that,
me, I've
you know.
been,
I'm
there's
sure you
sometimes
will.
I feel like I've been annoying to them sometimes.
No, and it's not, because flooding, for me,
We exhausted
flooding
the
is a
check.
very
We're done.
scary thing.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
So